Hey everyone, it's been a while, so I wanted to get some filming in here again, and it is starting to get summer here, so it is warmer, so I haven't been in my garage as much because it's a lot warmer now. I actually have the back garage door open to kind of get some fresh air in here because it was getting a little warm. I don't have a microphone right now. I'm hoping to get one for this camera, but this is a new camera I'm using, which will hopefully allow me to capture more of the screen and my swing. I also got a new screen that goes all the way to the floor because with my old setup, with the old screen that was a little off the ground, that gym mat I got kept kind of falling forward, and the wedge pillows I was using would work, but sometimes the balls would get under the screen and above the wedge pillows and put some dents on my screen, some dents on my garage door, and so I got the screen to prevent that. There may still be a little gap there just because there's just a little dip in my garage, so I can't really get it much better than that, but hopefully I don't have any balls going way down there. The other thing that I'm making sure to do now, because I have this new screen, is I'm only using brand new golf balls. I did settle on the Left Dash Pro V1X. That's just the one that works the best for me. So I hit those, and that's what I'll be doing today. There were also some new settings with the R50 that I have not used yet, so I'm gonna go and work through those right now. Supposedly there's gonna be a screen offset, so that's one that I'm really interested to see because I try and center this up as best as I can, but I would really like the ball to be centered with where I'm hitting. It would be even better if eventually that the Garmin could do what like the Bushnell Launch Pro can, where not only can you offset it, but you can figure out how far it is from the screen, and if the ball hits here on the screen, it'll continue there. So it kind of actually continuing from where it actually hits the screen. It'd be really cool if it could do that. So I'm going to just set up my driving range right now on the R50, just hit a couple practice shots, kind of groove my swing in a little bit, and then I want to do some stack wedging. Okay, so I guess this is how you do the center line offset. I'm going to try and get as close as I can here. I think that's where I am, about 10%. So I'm pretty happy with that. And now let's just hit a few shots here, see how it goes, and then I'm gonna do my stack wedging. My clubs are kind of dirty. I should clean those off actually. Yeah, I really need to clean my clubs off because that's the other thing. I need a clean ball and clean clubs. So I'm gonna pause the video here, clean my clubs, and then I will come back and continue this video. A few other things I actually wanted to mention before I continue here is I got my handicap down to a 14.4, I think it is. Just checking right now. Okay, so it's a 14.4 that's mostly 9-hole rounds, and I think being a higher handicap or mid handicap, whatever you want to call it, is a lot harder to make my handicap go down on 9-hole rounds if I had a lower handicap, because I had some low rounds that were like 4 over and I still got like a 12 or 14 differential. So I actually used Chat GPT to figure it out, and I would need to shoot an under par round just to get a differential of like 9.9 or 9, something like that. But just to get a single digit differential with 9 holes and my current handicap, I would need to play 9 holes at even par or better to get a single digit differential. So that's my goal this year, is to get to single digit handicap, and it's definitely an uphill battle. The other thing that I did is working on my chipping. So I got the 3 releases by Dan Greaves to help work on my chipping, and it's been helping, but it's still a mental hurdle for me to get through, but it's another thing I'm working on. And then I definitely haven't done the stack wedging nearly as much as I wanted to, so I'm hoping I can maybe start doing that regularly on Wednesdays. And I know before my hiatus, I was posting videos almost every day, and then I stopped doing Saturday and Sunday. I don't think I'll be able to continue posting Monday through Friday. During the summer, it's just going to be too hard. But I think I'm going to try and get maybe 2 videos in a week. Let me know what you guys want to see. If you want me to still do those Home Tee Hero videos where I just do the course overview, If you want to see a practice session, if you want to see one of each, I'm not doing any speed training. I just want to work on keeping my swing good. I like where it's at, and then I just really need to work on like those wedging distances, because that's something I'm kind of struggling with, is when I get close to the green, is getting that right feel to get it. So that's why I think stack wedging is really going to help here. But now I'm going to grab my 8-iron, now that my clubs are all cleaned off, hit a few shots, and then do a stack wedging session. So yesterday I played a round and I definitely had a draw on it, so that one did not draw. Looks like I had some right spin on it, maybe. Yep, okay, so I probably overswung that one, honestly. This is kind of what I was saying before when I was comparing the R50 to the Bushnell Launch Pro. So my ball's right here, but on the screen it's right there. And when I had the Launch Pro, there was an option where I could actually, let's say this is 10 feet, where the ball would hit the screen wherever, and then the trajectory would just carry right from the screen. I like that a little better. It would be cool if eventually Garmin can do that. Just having this offset is already nice. I think it can be a little bit better yet even. It's interesting that they're going right, because yesterday they were not. I definitely had a draw yesterday. That was off the toe. I think I'm definitely overswinging right now. I just got a nice, easy swing. I don't have to try and kill it. Got the draw, but losing a lot of distance there. I think I hit that one pretty fat. That was a good one. Yep, okay. That one was what I tried to do. 146 carry, 158 total. I don't have the club stickers on anymore because I'm playing during summer, so I don't know if I'll put them back on in the summer, but I definitely will in the winter. It was a little toey, but it's better. Like, I'm happy with that. I can play that. I don't want it going right like that. Kind of thin, and went right again. I want to get that draw. I'm overswinging again. Man, even with that garage door open, it's only 74 in my garage, but it's getting kind of humid out, and it is, it's warm. I'm sweating already. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with those 8-iron shots. I'm going to do some stack wedging now. Okay, so the first one it has here is, it wants me to use my gap wedge for a 102-yard shot. I think typically for me that's probably my sand wedge would be a little closer for at least my total. So I am going to use my gap wedge to start, which that's the other thing I did is I had a wedge fitting from Titleist, and I was using the SM9s. I went to the SM10s, and I got the 14F grind on my 56 degree and the 12D grind on my 60 degree, and then I also switched my 48 degree Titleist T200 to a SM10, which is a 50 degree and a 12 degree bounce and F grind. So this one here is calling for 102 yards. So the number on the radar is the one we're going to go with here. Hopefully we can just kind of see the ball flight with Garmin. Definitely did not want to pull that one. The radar only had 87, the Garmin was 91, so it was pretty close. Okay, going for 102 yards again. See if I can hit a better one this time. That was better, 103 yards on the Garmin. 100 yards on the Stack. Now, I think one more at that distance. A 100 yards on the Stack, 102 on the Garmin, which is kind of interesting. I thought this carried further because this is about my 115 club for total distance. I guess I have 5 shots with this one I just saw, so 2 more. Trying to keep my ball off the garage floor and just keep it on the mat to keep it clean. So that one went 106, so that was a little long. And 107 on the Garmin, so they are very close to each other. I'm not looking at the radar number because I had some talks with the TheStack customer support and Sasha. The app uses the algorithm and changes it to make it what it says is more accurate. So that's why I'm not looking at the number on the radar. I'm looking at the number on the app. Now I have one more here. The goal is 102 yards for a carry distance. That one went long. Now the goal is 94 yards carry with my sand wedge. $85, so right on there, so definitely shorter than I wanted. That was almost a full sand wedge too, which is normally about 100 yard total for me. $92, a little closer. I will say I'm concerned about getting the ball on the garage floor, so I'm not holding my finish like I probably should. On the Garmin, my carry was 92, and on the Stack was 92, so it was really close, but it's not the 94 I'm going for. Also, that was a little right. I definitely prefer to have that draw on it. $91, $93, so close, but it's not right where it needs to be. The most points I can get is if I hit that 94 exactly. $95 on the Stack, 96 on the Garmin. So honestly, these ones are full swings, so these aren't the ones that are going to benefit me. Some of the upcoming ones are going to be shorter. I think one's a little further. Those are going to be the ones that I really need practice on. $91 on the Stack. Okay, so now we're going to 73 yards here, which is actually perfect because I end up with that yardage a lot in my Tuesday golf league. This calls for my lob wedge. So my full lob wedge is about 90 yards total. So I think my carry would be probably close to 80, 82-ish. So I'm gonna try and just take a little off this, do like an 80% swing, maybe do like a shoulder high swing. That's what I'm gonna kind of go for here. I kind of try and do like the clock system, but it's hard for me to do like 9, 10. Like it's just, I can do ankles, knees, waist, like chest, shoulder. That's easier for me to remember, I think. So this is going to be like a shoulder swing, or shoulder high back swing. So that was 79, 77 on the Stack, so I need a little shorter. So now I'll try a chest high backswing. So just slightly lower. It might be a lot higher than what I think it is on camera, but that's what it feels like to me. So now I'm going for chest high backswing. 78, 76, so a little shorter, but not enough. Let me try going just slightly lower than chest, I guess. I don't really know. I think stomach's not a really good area. It's too wide of an area, I think, so I'm going to try and go just under chest high. $72.5, 70. So now that one was a little short, according to the Stack. but I do think I got quite a bit of spin on that one. It says only 7,100, so maybe not as much as I thought, but also it wasn't a full swing, so maybe that's a decent amount of spin. Kind of going for 73 yards here. 73 on the Garmin, 69 on the Stack. That one didn't have as much backspin because I think I hit behind the ball a little bit. 70 on the Stack, 72 on the Garmin. That one got pretty high on the screen, so that's kind of interesting. Now it's the same club, lob wedge, but the goal is 53 yards. So this one maybe I'm going to try waist high. It went way right. That's my issue with that. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm not taking full swings, but I tend to lose it to the right like that. So that was 47 yards, just wayward. Let's see if I can straighten it out, and that might give me that extra distance I need. Well, it straightened out, but it went way too far. 10 yards too long. If I would have thought about it, I should be recording my phone screen right now, so I'm sorry I didn't. I'm not going to today. But I'll try to remember it for the future that I'll record my screen so I can have that up on the video for you to see as well. Again, the goal is 53 yards here. What am I doing? I don't know if I'm just not concentrating or what, but that's two of them that just went way right. That's not even good. And it's really only an issue for me on these partial swings. That was better, but went way too long, 66 yards. I don't know if I should have done like shin high maybe? That's why it's so frustrating. I don't know why I'm doing that now. So that distance wasn't good because I had 3 really bad shots. Now I'm going for 32 yards, which might honestly be more of like a little pitch. Let me see if I can do this a little better. Got 36 yards, but it went left, 34 on the Stack. So like I definitely don't want to go way right like that, but I also don't really want to be pulling it left. Like I want these to go pretty much down my target line. Like I don't even want to show these ones, but I'm going to, just to show the struggle is real. Like I barely swung that one and it goes 42 yards. Like this is why I'm doing this practice. 32 yards is all I need. I know that was a bad swing. I'm just trying to do something to be consistent here, and I don't know what I'm doing. God dang it. Like honestly, that was embarrassing. Now it has me going for 121 yards using my pitching wedge. Might not be a full swing, but I'm going to start with that just to kind of get a baseline. Because I don't really know what my carry number is for this. I know my total is about 135, but I don't know my carry. Pulled it a little bit. 122. I don't think the Stack got it at all. Better. 126. So realistically, if I was trying to carry 121 yards like this, I'm probably taking a full pitching wedge. $123, 129. I mean, that's kind of a big gap there, 6 yards. I'm not sure which one would be more accurate there. $121, 116. One thing I will say that is different, I have my Garmin elevation set at 830 feet and the Stack is set at 500. I had a choice between 500 and 1,000, and in hindsight I probably should have gone to 1,000 because I'm probably closer to that, but I went with 500, so that could be some of the discrepancy. I also have the humidity at 71% on the Garmin. I don't think I changed it on the Stack, and I'm not sure what it's set at. So all I'm saying is that could be some of the discrepancy right there. So that one was a 119 according to the stack. And again, these are pretty much full pitching wedges. Well, thinned it a little bit. 129, 126. So I guess that session was complete.